Welcome to Dragon's Lair Update, the only show dedicated to Howard Community College's athletic programs. You'll see highlights of the biggest games, hear from coaches and players, plus meet Stephanie Kelly in this month's Dragon Close-Up. We'll start with women's volleyball. Howard and Hagerstown battle for Maryland JUCO Conference supremacy. Will Howard remain undefeated? Or will Hagerstown prove they are still the team to beat? Bruce Hooser has more on this highly anticipated matchup.
The Dragons enter the match with a perfect 18-0 record. Stephanie Kelly is the quarterback of Howard's offense. The setter out of Forest Park High School leads the conference in assists and looks to lead the Dragons to their first win over Hagerstown since 2006. Howard has the better record, but the Maryland JUCO title goes through Hagerstown. The Hawks have won 4 of the last 5 conference championships and haven't lost a Maryland JUCO match since 2010. Elise Manning anchors Hagerstown's front row. The powerful middle blocker leads the conference in hitting percentage and solo blocks. Howard and Hagerstown square off in a match that will likely decide the Maryland JUCO championship. Let's go to the Dragons' Lair. Action from the first set. After 6 ties and 4 lead changes, Howard has built a 3-point lead. Free ball for the Dragons. Stephanie Kelly sends it outside to Heather Reed. She puts it away. Terrific cross-court kill from the freshman out of South Carroll High School. Howard continues to pound away. Heather Reed delivers a big right-hand shot. The Dragons close the set with a 10-6 run and take the opening set. Here's Hagerstown serving Howard. The Dragons get into their system. Strong finish by Chelsea Parinello. 6-point lead for Howard. Hagerstown needs a play. Paige Kitchen to Emmeline Stahl. She's turned away by Victoria Johnson. Howard dominates the second set and takes control of the match. A tough serve from Kelly forces the overpass. Chelsea Parinello fires it to the floor. After trailing 13-3, Hagerstown has battled back. Excellent dig by Stahl keeps the rally alive. Crucial point for the Hawks. The defending Maryland JUCO champions are starting to show some life. Electric atmosphere in the Dragons' Lair. Howard will serve 3 points away from sweeping Hagerstown. Summer Neff feeds it to Elise Manning. The Hawks come back to win the third set. The momentum now belongs to Hagerstown. Neff goes back to Manning. Crushing shot from the Hawks sophomore. Hagerstown runs it up the gut. Aggressive swing from Manning. 10-4 Hagerstown. After the display of power, Manning attacks a soft spot in Howard's defense. Hagerstown forces a 5th set. This is the race to 15. Neff to Manning. Stephanie Kelly tricks the defense with misdirection. Elise Ponchione slams it home. Hagerstown runs it up the middle. It's blocked by Johnson. Victoria Broadwater beats the double block. The back and forth action continues. We're tied at 8. Hagerstown serving Howard. Stephanie Kelly gets it to Victoria Johnson. She brings the crowd to their feet with a spike. Here's Broadwater serving for the Hawks. Nicole Eder finds the setter. Heather Reed comes through in the clutch. The Dragons regain control of the match. Match point for Howard. Eder receives the serve. Kelly goes to Reed. Game-saving dig from Broadwater. The crowd thinks it's over. The unbelievable dig keeps the Hawks alive. Still match point for Howard. It's out! The Dragons hold off Hagerstown and earn a season-defining victory. Let's go to Matt Trudell for the Dragon Sports Radio post-game report.
Heather, at the first set, you guys took the 10-9 lead at the break and never looked back after that. You had some few key strikes. How did you guys hold it together in the first set?
I think we just focused on the basics, basically, and we went back to, we knew that we had a huge crowd and we had so much support behind us, and I think that just really helped us push through it. We went back to the basics, tried to figure out what we could fix. We ran our offense faster, and I think that's how we pulled that first set off. And there was just so much enthusiasm and support.
Jessica, tell me what was going on with your defense on the front line and the back line.
We just had to get back to base, and once there's a play, then the ball goes over, it's a lot easy to reset, and we kept saying reset, reset, reset.
Victoria, final set, you know, they fought back in it, but you guys held them off. You had a lot of great blocks at the net. How What were you thinking in the last set?
I was just thinking, like, I have to push over the net. If I push over the net, I know I'll get the block, and then I'll come back stronger when I go to hit. So that's it.
Heather, going into the last set, the coaches were mopping off the ground, and you guys huddled up in the corner all by yourselves. What were you guys talking about?
Well, we kind of just wanted to have our own, like, just player talk, and we were just basically saying that we can totally beat them. We just need to let them make the mistakes and have us try and make as few mistakes as possible and just have fun. We just wanted to have as much fun as we could with the crowd because we've never had a crowd like that before, and we just wanted to have a whole blast and just see how we did, and we did great.
For Dragons Lair Update, I'm Matt Trudell.
It's a pleasure to welcome head coach Mike Kasapis. Welcome, Coach.
Thank you.
The win against Hagerstown was terrific. Tell me what it was like to coach in that kind of atmosphere.
It was exciting beyond my wildest belief. I do believe that that was one match that was a pinnacle of my career in coaching. The crowd was exciting, and it got us pumped up to play. So I really enjoyed it. I'd love to have every match like that.
Your team was up, dominating for 2 sets. Then in the third, tell me what happened.
It's nice to hear that we were dominating, but as a coach, I don't feel that we were dominating. We were leading the game. We had momentum going into the game, but we also knew that they're a good team and that they're going to come around at some point and give us a different look. They did wake up. They tried some different things that kind of threw us back, and we made adjustments to that. And at the end of the 4th set, we were down quite a bit, and I asked our team just to do what they can to get the momentum back. If we win the game, that's great. If not, let's get the momentum back going into that deciding set.
About that deciding set, what do you think was the turning point that brought back the confidence in our team?
That's a very good question. At the end of the 4th set, the girls got together and talked. They didn't really want me or my assistant there. So I went and attended to the floor. I wanted them to know that I was concerned about that and that I was going to pay special attention to that. When I got back in the huddle, I said, listen, this is Howard Volleyball. We're on our home court. Let's go out there and play ball.
I want to talk to you about that. I did see that. The kids were huddled, and yet you went and had your attention up on the floor, and you took a towel and started wiping up some of the spots. Was that because you were nervous?
It was nervous energy, but I wanted them to get together and talk amongst themselves. We were up 2 sets. The other team comes back and takes 2 sets from us. They took the momentum, but I do know that in that last set, the 4th set, that we did start to take the momentum back going in the deciding set. I wanted them to know that I cared enough to go out on that floor and make sure that it was clean, because there were a lot of concerns from them about slipping on the floor.
Now, how are you preparing your team for postseason?
We're going back to some of the things we did early in the season. We're trying to have practices that are run fast, efficient, and we get out of there early. We don't need to spend 2 hours there like we did early in the season. We fine-tune, we tweak some things, and keep their confidence going, and that's about it.
Now, going into the final conference match, I don't want to jinx you, but you're undefeated, correct?
That is correct.
And you could possibly be the 2nd team since 2006 ever in the history of women's volleyball in the conference to win a conference title undefeated. How would that make you feel?
I'm very excited, I'm proud, and I'm confident. We're not overconfident, we're not walking with a swagger. We're confident in what we can do and what we can attain, and we don't think that anybody out there is going to be able to take that from us.
So is it safe to say we're conference champions anyway?
Diane, we are conference champs.
Congratulations. This is your first championship here at Howard Community College.
Thank you.
Good luck the rest of your season.
Thank you very much.
Now it's time for men's soccer. The Dragons host Maryland JUCO rival Chesapeake. Will Howard remain in the conference title race, or will Chesapeake pull off a season-defining upset? Bruce Hoosier has more.
Howard enters the match with a 5-2 conference record. Michelle Aldeweg is a skilled finisher who will help Howard dictate the pace against Chesapeake. The forward out of Kuwait is creating plenty of scoring chances in his first year at Howard. Through 5 matches, the Skipjacks are still looking for their first win. Coach Dragunov knows to throw the records out the window when Howard and Chesapeake take the field. The Skipjacks spoiled Howard's 2009 title bid, handing the Dragons a 2-1 loss that would cost them the conference championship. Howard and Chesapeake face off next. Let's go to the Dragons' lair. First half, good ball from Anthony Russo. He finds Russell Webb open in the penalty area, but Webb's shot hits the post. Chesapeake catches a break. Free kick for the Dragons. Adam Block takes it. He sends it into the penalty area. Howard can't get a good touch, and the Skipjacks come up with a last-second clear. After forcing a turnover, Chesapeake looks to get out of their own half. Jose Leyva regains possession for Howard. Excellent ball from Patrick Etuge. Aggressive play from goalkeeper Mace Davis. Howard is threatening again. Leyva picks out Max Grauman. Nice run from the Dragons freshman. Davis can't clear it, but he turns around, dives on the loose ball and defends the empty net. Plenty of pace early on for Howard. Brandon Price takes over now. He pushes it ahead. Grauman controls it, drops it back to Michelle Aldeweg. Davis is there for the save. 10:58 remaining in the half. Adam Block elects to go long. He's looking for Grauman, but Drew Abplanalp is there defensively. He's expecting it to go out. Grauman beats him to the ball and delivers a good ball into the middle. Aldeweg makes him pay. Grauman kept it alive and Aldeweg was right where he needed to be. Howard is on the board. Second half. The shot comes in from Webb. Chris Zosnabar with a follow-up. Sebastian Patino steps up and drives it into the corner. Excellent touch from the Colombian international student. Price sends it ahead to Aldeweg. Chesapeake left back Adam Bowers has the inside track, but doesn't clear it. Aldeweg wins it back for Howard. He passes to Vitor Silva. Grauman finishes with a volley. 3-0 is your final. Let's go to Matt Stovall for the Dragons Sports Radio postgame report.
Adam, what did Coach Dragunov say to you and your teammates at halftime?
He just said that we had played well in the first half, we'd possessed the ball, and we just needed to keep it up for the second half. In these type of games, we're just trying to work on things for future games to keep our motivation up to going into the playoffs.
So what did you learn from this game that'll help you going forward?
We learned that we can definitely possess the ball, and that when we play our game, there's not many teams that could play with us. The only thing that's holding us back right now is when we get in the final third, we need to finish the ball more.
Max, you sparked your teammates with a big play in the first half. Talk about your assist in that first half.
I saw that Adam played me the ball and knew that it wasn't going out of bounds, and decided just to keep it up and just run as fast as I could and get by him. I cut it around and I saw Michelle run across the middle and pass it to him and he finished it.
Great team win, gentlemen. For Dragons Lair Update, I'm Matt Stovall.
Joining me in the studio is head coach Stefan Dragunov. Welcome, Coach.
Thank you, Dan.
Coach, assess your team's overall performance this season.
It's very positive. As of today, we are second in the conference. We finished actually second in the conference with a record of 10-4-2. We have a very solid defensive line, leading by our captain, Adam Block. Some very creative midfields that make a very good transition, offensive and defense. The only problem I've seen with this group and this team is the lacking of converting the chances, scoring chances in goal. But hopefully in the next few days we'll emphasize on these aspects and we'll have some more goals in our opposition team's goal.
What's turned your season around? What factors?
Coming back from the Finger Lakes trip, we came back with a loss from Mohawk Valley College, and then we lost the first game in the conference against College of Southern Maryland. And coming these two games against Hartford and Montgomery College, it was kind of a big challenge for us. But the two wins actually bounced back the group, bring the conference back, and the season so far doing very well.
Now your team really buys into your coaching philosophy. How have you been able to instill that in such a short season?
It's all about the players. If the players with who you're working, they're willing to learn, They're dedicated, and the commitment is here. I think the time is just enough.
Now everybody talks about disciplined players. How do you coach discipline?
There's a discipline in the field and off the field, of course. Strong rules, list of strong rules itself is just not enough. I think the consistency, following the rules, and of course limited the compromises. That's the key.
Okay. Now let's talk, we've played some games that have been very, very physical this year. How do you manage to maintain your players' composure when opponents are so physical?
The physical play, it's a part of the game. And some teams in this league, looking at skills with the players, kind of they offer more physical play just to match up the looking of skills they have in the teams. But what we teaching the kids and what we try to emphasize before the games is just to be mentally strong. Of course, respond on the physical play, but just by the rules.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you, Dan.
It's time for women's soccer. Up next, the Dragons take on Cecil. Will Howard outgun the Seahawks, or will Cecil escape the Dragons' lair with a win? Let's go to Bruce Hoosier for more on this Maryland JUCO contest.
After getting off to a slow start, the Dragons have found their rhythm. Howard's ability to control the ball and play possession soccer has led to 7 wins in their last 9 games. Desiree Badzioni is doing a terrific job receiving and distributing the ball. Through the first 11 games, Badzioni has scored 7 goals. Cecil is fresh off a double overtime win over Cumberland County. The Dragons' defense will need to slow down Maria Nino. The freshman out of Kennett Square, Pennsylvania, leads the conference with 9 goals on the year. Howard and Cecil clash in a Maryland JUCO showdown. Let's go to the Dragons' lair. Action from the first half. Badzioni dribbles past the defender, passes ahead to Nicole Desforster. The goalkeeper loses focus. Desforster follows it up with a left footer. Howard leads 1-0. Less than a minute later, Ventura crosses to Badzioni. She sends a perfect pass to Desforster. Nicole Desforster drills in her second goal of the game to make it 2-0. Down by 2, Cecil threatens. Maria Nino looks to capitalize on a Dragon turnover. Nino passes ahead to Kim Barshinger. Desiree Sojourner deflects the shot. 12:31 left in the first half. Badzioni controls the ball midfield, leads Jamie Twardowitz downfield with a 30-yard pass. Ashley Williams rushes out to defend, and Twardowitz puts it in the upper 90 to extend the lead to 3-0. 2:58 remaining in the first half. Badzioni intercepts the Cecil goal kick, evades defenders, drives the ball downfield, boots a 35-yard shot, it's off the crossbar. Desforster is there for the hat trick. Howard leads 4-0. Less than 2 minutes remaining in the half. Jordan Nowaski's speed and ball control allows her to weave in and out of Cecil defenders and punch it in for Howard. The Dragons come out focused in the second half. Loveline Kenfack beats 2 defenders and picks out Taylor Nowaski's run. She's onside. Here's a chance for Howard. Nowaski beats the fullback and finds the back of the net. Just over 10 minutes remaining in the match. Rebecca Anderson plays the ball into Megan Grimes. She drills a shot off the chest of the goalkeeper. Howard shuts out the Seahawks. Let's go to Terrell Blackwell for the Dragon Sports Radio post-game report.
So, Nicole, you had a big hat trick in the game. Can you tell us a little bit about what you were thinking when you were scoring the goals?
Well, if Des didn't play the balls through, I wouldn't have got to any of them. So it was all Des. I just was in the right place at the right time, 3 times.
And Taylor, when you guys had a big lead at half, you went in 5-0. Tell us what you talked about to keep yourself grounded at the halftime.
I guess when we're up by that much, basically we just focused on working on certain techniques and focusing on what we need to work on. So we basically use it as a practice when we come in. Instead of focusing on trying to score and trying to win more, we just focus on what we need to work on.
And on that note, even though you guys were up big, Jennifer, can you tell us a little bit of stuff that you think you can work on for the future?
Definitely we could, as a team, work on switching the field, maintaining possession, and actually looking and communicating and finding the through balls, where we should play. You know, playing smart is always the best way to go. You know, play simple.
Great job on the big win, ladies. For Dragons Lair Update, I'm Terrell Blackwell.
It's a pleasure to welcome head coach Kate Seagroves. Welcome, Coach.
Thank you.
Assess your team's performance against Cecil.
I thought we played very, very well against Cecil. We had a little bit of an incident right beforehand and had to make a goalkeeper change, but the team adjusted. We dominated from the start. We were able to get everybody some playing time. We had some goal scoring by some unlikely goal scorers. So it was a good game for us. I thought we showed very well. We possessed, and you know, we came out on top with a pretty big win.
Now, who has stepped up for you this season?
We've had quite a few players step up. We've had Megan Grimes, who's our leading goal scorer, who I actually was pretty surprised for that. A real surprise has been Nicole Dest-Forrester. She's actually a basketball player. We have been starting her because she just seems to find a way to put the ball in the back of the net. So she's been a nice little pleasant surprise for us towards the end of the season. Desiree Bazzioni is our center mid. She's been amazing all year. Lisa Don, another center player for us, and then obviously the Nowaski girls, our sweeper and our outside back have been steady pretty much all season.
Now, what have been your challenges this year?
Right now, our challenge is staying healthy. We've really hit a little bit of a trend of bad luck when it comes to injuries. So we're just trying to battle through those. You know, unfortunately, 3 of those injuries are year-ending injuries. But you know, we're just going to try and, you know, duct tape and super glue everybody else, and hopefully we can pull through and finish the season.
Now, I know injuries are every coach's nightmare.
Yes.
So in your decision making, what adjustments do you have to make?
Our biggest thing right now is just trying to stay positive. It's been a huge setback on some of these injuries, but I think we're deep enough that we can overcome most of them. So we just stay positive and make sure everybody knows what their role is on this team, and as long as everybody does the job that they're supposed to do, I think we're going to be just fine.
So what do you think are some of the keys to winning these games in the playoffs?
Playing near perfect soccer. I tell the girls a lot that I'm a fan of pretty soccer. I don't like not pretty soccer. So I think if we continue to play pretty soccer, which is our style of play, you know, possession, you know, limit how much you're dribbling, just knocking it to feet, I think we're going to be in good shape. And as long as we do that, then we'll be okay.
How important are these seeds going into the tournament?
The seeds are extremely important. We have us, Anne Arundel, and then Montgomery College. The 3 of us are kind of battling for those middle spots, and if we can get the 3 seed, then we get a little lucky, and we'll have a little bit of a weaker opponent. I don't want to, you know, downplay anybody, but I don't want to start off playing Anne Arundel or Montgomery College in the first round or in a play-in round, because that means we're going to be really banging it with these other teams, and you know, that's going to be a tough match.
Thanks, Coach, for being here, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure.
It's time to meet Stephanie Kelly. Let's go to Christina Oviedo for this month's Dragon Close-Up.
HCC's women's volleyball team is having one of its most successful seasons ever. And one of the main reasons behind that success is the play of setter Stephanie Kelly.
I mean, she's got the most beautiful hands. That's a beautiful, beautiful hands right there.
The ball is just gonna come out right every time. It's a term, you have beautiful hands. And it's weird, most people are like, you have beautiful hands, but it's just always gonna come out pretty.
And pretty is how you can describe Stephanie's play at one of the most important positions on the team.
When you talk about other sports, you got your point guard, you got your shortstop, you got your quarterback on the team, and that's how important the setter is to a volleyball team.
You can have good passers, good hitters, but if you don't have a good setter that can get you the ball or be able to set you up so the hitter can get a kill, it doesn't work.
I think it's the hardest position because you're always touching the ball. I mean, like, I might not touch the ball, but she's touching the ball every single play.
I like being in control. I like being able to set the play up and then the hitter just gets a kill. Like, no matter, the whole crowd screams for the hitter putting the ball down or slamming someone in the face, but like knowing that you set it up, it was like, that was awesome.
The setter is also looked at as a team leader and an extension of the coaching staff. Two roles Stephanie fills very well.
Whenever we have timeouts, I pull her aside and her and I will talk about what's going on, what she sees on the other side of the court as far as defense.
She motivates the team out there. She communicates with them, tells them what to do. She talks to them. She's constantly talking to them.
The fact that I grew up playing every position, I feel like I mentally know the court better sometimes, so that it helps me progress a little more and be able to set the ball to the right hitter, know who's hot, know where the defense and the block is on the other side of the net. So that really just gives my hitters a better opportunity.
She's really good at communicating. If your setter doesn't communicate, you can have a lot of difficulties, but her communication skills with us, we connect very well.
She's very confident in herself, and she's confident in us, so I think that helps a lot.
But Stephanie's skills almost didn't make it to this year's team. It was a last-minute change of heart that brought her to the Dragons.
I talked to her back in April when I saw her at a tournament, her and her mom, and I gave her my card. She was looking at another school.
It was a Division I school, and I got down there and decided I enjoy playing volleyball for more fun than for making my life out of it.
And I got a call that she wanted to come to Howard, and couldn't have made me happier. I said, you're more than welcome to come on the team. Your leadership skills, her vision that she has to be able to see things that occur on the other side of the court, her reading it's priceless when it comes to the rest of the team.
And Stephanie tries to transfer her vision to everyone, even the refs.
If something happens out there on the court, she's quick to pick up on that. I don't have to say much to her. She's over there talking with the ref and explaining to the ref, and there's been several times this year where she has had the ref say, okay, redo, let's go.
There was one game I literally was calling like all the shots for the ref. Like I would call like back row, and he would call back row. Double, he would call double. He gives me the ugly eye, but.
Sometimes sitting next on the bench, I'll be like, you need to cut that out because you're going to get kicked out if you don't shut your mouth.
Stephanie's work on the court has helped the team work more as a cohesive unit. And that's what the Dragons are striving for.
Our philosophy this year is that the key to success is the rest of the team.
A lot of us didn't know each other, and some of us did, so it was like clicky. And then eventually when we all got on the floor and like stuff just started rolling out right, and we were putting balls down, we were like, wow, this is actually working out and it's good.
We have a lot of team chemistry. It's great because we all love each other.
Positive attitude, so that also helped me, become comfortable. And we all get along and we hang out outside of volleyball.
And we just all have the exact same passion to be out on the court.
For Dragons Lair Update, I am Cris Oviedo.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you each and every month on Dragons Lair Update. And remember, go Dragons!